really, but so what I'm going to attempt to do now is get this in on the lift so that I can look at the gas tank underneath. I know that the gas filter is actually rotted out. So I'm going to get it in here where I can let it air out today because everything's open, because it's going to smell like gas. It's just leaking. I may be able to push it in with my truck. I might have to do that. I'm going to see if she'll start and roll again, and I'll get the catch tub under as quickly as I can and put some kitty litter down. But that's what's going to be next, just trying to get this in here. Well, that was a big hurdle getting it in here, so now we'll try and set it up, see if we can get it on the lift. That'll be next. So that brown turd up there is the fuel filter. That is leaking like a sieve. That's all rotted out. So I'm going to have to replace that if I can get it off, which I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that. And then I'll show you what else I'm working on back here. So I'm after that bolt up there, and I got that loose without the rust, and that's on the strap that's holding the tank. So I'm hoping I can just take these bolts out, drop these straps down, and then actually let the tank down some so that I can unhook stuff. We'll see how well it goes. Hope it doesn't fall down and rip everything off. But the other bolt in the back for the other one is basically the same. So that is what I'm working on. Once I get these straps on and start trying to leave the tank down. I'll get back to you, everybody. I'm not too sure how this is going to work. The back, the strap is off and it's not coming down, and the front strap has yet to come down, so I think I got to pull it forward. I don't know, I've never done one on one of these Chevys, but this is the setup I have. Not too sure how it's going to work, but I guess we'll find out. Strap off and we'll see what happens. Now, if I knew what all I had up there. Well, she wants to come, that's for sure. How far down I can come without hurting stuff. I'm afraid of a snake or a monster being up there. Got a little bit of gas in her. So I just did a little bit of a live stream and I was talking about the rust that this vehicle has, and I was going to take the gas fill hose off there, and if you can see, that's what the hose clamp looks like, and everything is just like that. So I'm at the point now where I need to take the hoses and stuff off the top of the tank and the fuel pump connector to drop the tank. I put straps on it for now to hold it. I'm not going to go anywhere with it except down. I just want to get the weight off of the lift right now and put it down till I get back to work on it. But that's where I'm at. So I don't know if I'll continue on from here or make this a part one, but we'll see. So to get access to that rusty clamp, because I couldn't get it off that I showed you earlier, I decided to take this out of the gas filler up there. So I opened the door up to take it off, and of course this here was so rusted I started to take it out, and the clip actually pulled out of the plastic here. So now I'm going to try and work on this. I mean, even though this is going to be a farm truck and stuff, I'm going to work on this to get it out to try and put it back on. But it's just one thing after another. You can't get to one thing. So like I said, that's so rusted there, and the head of it's about half rotted away. So at least now I can get better access to it to get it off. But what a pig. So what I needed to get to was those lines up there that you'll now see have hose and hose clamps on them. And all I did was drop the tank down far enough that I could access them. And basically what it was plastic lines, a hard plastic line going into connectors and going to metal. And there was a couple of them. So I cut off the plastic and put the hoses over to where I could get good metal, because they were just metal lines. And I will show you that. But I double clamped them with hose clamps and cut them off. The only thing that I would do differently is I would have left some metal on the plastic and the fitting on, and put my hose onto the metal with the hose clamps. I think that would have held better. The hard plastic wasn't crushing, but I just think it would have held better. And of course one of the hoses was leaking up behind the tank. That is why I had to drop the tank, because I couldn't access that hose. It's back up in there. So that was why I had to drop the tank to figure out where that was at and do that. And what I'm going to try to show you here is the filter went into, the gas filter went into that bracket. And as you can see, Chevy in their wisdom ran some of these lines back behind that bracket. And that's actually, I actually thought it was the filter was leaking. And here it was actually those lines behind there. One's for the return, I think, and the other one actually went to the evap, the canister back there. So we cut this one off, that was the return, and fixed that up. It doesn't matter if we have a leak in this or not, but you know, as far as evap or whatever, we just don't want no gas. So what I did was I patched all the lines together. I put an inline fuel filter in it to replace the other one, because that one wasn't going to go back in there. That is just a bitch of a place to get it out, and then when you have to deal with the rust that I have to contend with, it is just terrible. So yes, I know this is a hillbilly job here, hack job, understand that. As I said, if it would have been for the road and staying on the road, I most certainly would have put new lines on and paid for them, but that's not going to happen. This is just going out to the farm, haul stuff around. So we're going to be good with the gas lines like this, and we'll keep an eye on them for leakage. Here's the gas filter I replaced. I wasn't sure if it had a leak. I'd been at taking it out, but there's some holes in there. I may have crushed those in when I bent it a little bit, but they do look like it was almost rusted through. Unbelievable shit. But here's those connectors I was talking about, and yeah, they push in like that, and to take them apart you just push on both sides, push on this, and you know, they'll slip off. Just go back in those holes. Okay folks, I understand it wasn't the best video, but I wanted to give you an idea of what I did and why I did it. I did a little bit of a live stream the other day on it with what I was after and with all the rust. So now you know why. It was for a gas leak up there. It turned into one hell of a project. Rather than one line, it was several lines. As you see, the lines, you know, I put the rubber hose in, but I wasn't replacing those lines, and I certainly wasn't paying the money to replace them because there's just so many other things that's rotted out on this. But I'll post this. Maybe it'll help somebody with getting in there and doing it if they understood what I did. It would have been way too much of a pain on my lift to try and get all of this in and even get a decent angle. It was hard enough doing it afterwards without trying to remove stuff. So anyhow, this is Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic saying, just remember, if you can get somebody else to do it, you're probably better off. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe. Maybe it helps somebody. See you next time.